Oh, so Harley's here. We're here. Tabitha's getting dressed. We spent the night in Watson Lake. Great night's sleep. We slept at a parking lot about 200 meters away from the signpost forest. You were not allowed to sleep at the signpost forest, but there was spots that didn't have signs saying no sleeping. There was other RVs. It was a great thing. We came across a guy that had a 2001 Dodge Ram, and I guess he blew his injection pump out of there. Pretty nice guy. Sat down, talked to him for a bit, and turns out he's been sitting there for almost 9 days waiting for parts. So that's the sad truth if you're doing any of this traveling, is if something goes wrong, you're pretty much stuck there for quite some time. But we've been driving today, and I seen a sign that says waterfalls. So I'm here to be chasing waterfalls and see where this takes us. So what we're going to be doing is taking off the flip-flops, putting on my hiking shoes, and going for a small hike through the forest. I believe it's that way. Look at this pretty lady getting a ride. Made it to the waterfalls. Beautiful viewing deck. It's kind of nice getting here, guys. Trail goes that way. I'm gonna go explore a little bit. Guys, that's amazing. That's like a second Rapids waterfall over there. Both of these rivers go around this little island that's here. This is really cool. This is just super relaxing, guys. The sun's out, the mosquitoes are out. There's probably some fish in there. Probably, I wouldn't catch them, so there's no fish in there. But like, look, it comes around this island and then into here and then around the far side over that way. So much water that it can't be contained. It's pretty cool. Being from an area that we don't really have this problem, you know what we need to start remembering to pack every time we leave the bus? Bear spray. We keep forgetting that there's like actually bears here.
That's true.
And mooses, and mountain lions, and cougars. Harley that has to go pee. Come on down, guys. Come on. Come out after you're done.
Yes, I will.
So today we left Watson Lake, Yukon. Did quite a bit of driving. We stopped at a nice rest stop. Tabitha got a nice little snap in. I went fly fishing and I caught myself my very first Arctic char. And I thought that was pretty cool. Did not get him to shore because Yukon's a barbless province, so they got rid of it. For now, we're in Whitehorse. And guys, this is called the Transportation Museum. I've heard stories about these things. I've heard rumors and true stories that these tires ended up on a Bigfoot truck. I think that's cool. But these are known as land trains, I'm pretty sure. Overland train, yep. So I watched a documentary on one of these as I was younger. It was the U.S. military. They had big diesel engines up there that powered all these, but these are all electric. So they were all wheel drive but electric, and they could go over top of like glaciers and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. And never thought I'd see one of these in person. I think I can go in there, I'm not sure. But the tires are made by Firestone, and those things are huge. Like huge. You know it's from the 60s because they have that little dome that you can stand up and look through. I never thought I'd see one of these, to be honest.
Pretty cool looking. Just a little cab on it. And then I think that's where the engine would sit. And they got a boat in there. Old fire trucks, but they're leaving the windows down on these things. Like, why would you leave the windows down on historic vehicles? But look at this thing, guys. This thing's super cool. But the trip's going really well. Just stopped at a scrapyard and bought a whole bunch of stuff that we're gonna pick up on our way back. The White Pass Railroad, an old Mercury. You guys might think that's a Ford, but in Canada, most of them were Mercuries. We do have Fords, but there's a lot of Mercuries up here. Look how flat the bottom of that boat is. And then we have a rotating plane. It looks like it rotates with the actual gusts of the wind, so that's really cool. And we got like a 1930s military vehicle. Let's go take a look at that. So unfortunately, we did not get here when it was open. We just missed it by about half an hour. But still, really cool. Like that's a full plane there, guys. This looks like a water truck or something. But a lot of the stuff that was used for the Alaska Highway and basically up here in the Yukon afterwards all had to be four-wheel drive, because if not, you'd be stuck. The road system's got a lot better since then. But look at the size of those axles underneath this thing. Those are some huge axles. Oshkosh. Oshkosh. 2 spark plugs per cylinder. Inline 6, that's pretty cool. But we're gonna head out and keep going on. But this is a cool place to stop. Wish we would have got here a little bit earlier. Well guys, we made it to the SS Klondike here in Whitehorse. I keep wanting to call this Yellowknife, but it's Whitehorse. Everything closed at 4:30. It's like 5 o'clock. There's a huge storm coming in, but you can't even get out there and see it anyway. It's all inside the fenced-in area. Everything's under construction. I think if we go down by the water, we can get a little bit better view. But it's pretty crazy that everybody used to come to Dawson on these boats. Used to come all the way up the ferry channels. I think we're going to be able to get a lot more closer to the one in Dawson. These are the routes it used to take from Segway to Whitehorse for the train. There, look at it going down the rivers. I do want to go to the paddle wheel graveyard in Dawson. These are dredging buckets by the looks of it. You're telling me those guys can catch that much fish and I can struggle to catch one? Well, we've been halted in our tracks. There is a fire in Pelly's Crossing all the way to Stewart's Junction. So we picked this beautiful spot to sleep tonight, right on the edge of the river. We're gonna be putting some bug spray on and trying to catch some fishes so then we can eat some dinner tonight. But we gotta throw out our leveling blocks, make sure this thing's level. Yeah, we're just in Cramricks, I believe it is. I'm saying the name wrong, but we had enough time to make it to Dawson
City tonight, but unfortunately, due to the fire, there's nothing we can do that will get us there tonight. So, just going to be trying to do a little bit of fishing tonight. I had that little bit of luck earlier today. Maybe I can do it again. Ooh, look at that. A nice little riptide right over there. That's perfect. A little whirlpool. It's kind of a slow river. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can catch a fish.
You did it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Those colors.
Okay, put him in before he dies.
Hey, out of the water. Hey.
Harley.
Come on.
Well, guys, here we are the next morning. Beautiful view. Sun didn't go down to 11:55 p.m. last night. Came up at 4:19, so we're starting to get to the super north up here. But a lot of people came to this spot at like 11:30 at night last night with like snowmobiles. That was kind of weird. This guy's over here working on the generator, which is cool. Sorry, the water pump. But so they're gonna update the road at 9 a.m. this morning. It looked like it was gonna be reopened, but then they said that it's gonna be closed for the next day. So unfortunately, the highway is closed today. So we're actually thinking about maybe turning around, heading back down to Whitehorse, and then doing our Alaska half first before we come back up to Dawson City. It's gonna be a lot more driving. I was hoping to save this driving for later on in it, because then we could have like a little break at Whitehorse before we did the drive up to the Arctic Ocean. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So we're in there, we're gonna be making the tough choice to go back down to Whitehorse, or if we're gonna drive north another hour and wait for the road. They're saying that it'll probably be open tomorrow, but they said that yesterday it would probably be open today. So it's that tough call, you know. But bus is holding together great. We're having a small issue with the fridge. It feels like it's burning way too much propane and it's smelling like burnt propane, but on the outside of the bus, not the inside. We did recock the fridge just to make sure, but it smells like everything's on the outside. So still working though. The electric's working. I just wish we had enough batteries to run it all night, but we don't, unfortunately. So we are driving back now, and can you guys see the amount of smoke? It was not like this yesterday. So we're on our way back down. We have the 125 more kilometers until we get back down to Whitehorse, and then we're making our way towards the US on the Alaska Highway. We were planning to finish off the Alaska Highway just with the break in the middle, but I guess Mother Nature had different plans for us. If it was this smoky yesterday, I don't think we would have even attempted. I think when we seen the fire sign, we would have read it, and kind of done a little bit more research because of the smoke. But yesterday it said that the road would probably be reopened today. But this road here, we're getting our first glimpses of frost heaves in the road, so that's kind of bouncy. Okay, so we've left the highway to Dawson City, number 2, and now we're back onto Highway 1, which brings us into Alaska on the Alaska Highway, but we have construction. So our speed limit of 90 to 100 is pretty much gone, and we're doing 30 kilometers an hour now. So I think this is going to be a long drive. We were really hoping to make it to Toke today. I don't think we're going to. But we'll be able to cross over to the border and be in Alaska. It's about 2.5 weeks earlier than what we were hoping, but with the fire up there, they couldn't give us a time of when the highway would be back open, so you know what, I figured let's take the trip and flip it. You know, the best planning in the world is great, but at the day of the travels, sometimes planning just can't be done. You gotta change it up. Fly by the seat of your pants is what I say. So Let's head on to Alaska and then go to the North Pole where our goal is in Alaska.
You know, sometimes you just have to ignore your guy's deadline and pull over and look at things like this. So we're just on our way to Destruction Bay. The bus is still here, still holding together. So now the highway goes across a bridge that's over there, and we go all the way along the bottom of those mountains, along that side. This view is just amazing, guys.
Did you get it? Good girl. Where is it? Where is it? It's a little chilly.
Jeez.
That woke you up for the trip, didn't it? Oh no! Oh no!
It's very rocky.
Beautiful scenery. But uh-oh.
Can you grab me the first aid kit?
What's happening?
We hit something in the construction zone. These XMLs apparently didn't like this 3/4 inch finishing nail. Stopped to pull over to take a view of this amazing view, and then it started pouring rain. And then when I got out, I heard an air noise. So instead of doing everything that's crap, just gonna I don't know how this one's supposed to work. I guess I should do a walk around and make sure none of the other tires have this in them.
It's true.
The road for the last 90 kilometers has been the shittiest road of my goddamn life. And the funny thing is a guy in Lair and Hot Springs actually told me a road that we're going to be taking later is worse than this. Fuck! This is bad. Everything in the bus has been flying around. We hit a bump so hard that our horn works now. Oh, I got it, it's working. I love it when it works first attempt. I just came out to find what the clunking was. I found what the clunking was and heard this. Oh,
Good job, babe.
almost done. Just gonna leave a little bit on there. Now the real question is this gonna affect our balancing beads? You guys can see that sign over there?
Yukon?
It says Yukon. See this sign? It's stickers, but look what we have here. Dorothy made it, but since our last tire repair, the horn has stopped working again. And she's pretty unhappy with these roads. We are about 500 meters away from the border. And if they turn us around, Dorothy told me she's gonna die. She does not want to do those roads again. So let's go take a look at the Alaska border. We made it, guys. Oops, geez. We made it to Alaska, the 49th state. Oh, I can't believe we made it. Oh. Well, guys, we made it just outside of Tok, Alaska. We were gonna go sleep at a Shell gas station, but I was driving and seeing all these other RVs and a beautiful river and a really nice bridge with thousands of chirping sparrows underneath it. And I said, you know what? Let's pull in there. Today was a very, very difficult drive for us. Destruction Bay was not bad. Oh, that wind's getting bad. Destruction Bay was not bad, but honestly, guys, after Destruction Bay, it got really bad. I dropped it down to like 60 kilometers an hour. There was some banging going on in the front end of this thing. It was unhappy. We picked up a nail. You guys seen that? The roads were so bad, like so bad. And but we made it here. And I just figured it's been a 12-hour day of driving. We didn't do a whole lot of kilometers, but because we're going so slow, I didn't really have a chance to. And we're in Alaska now. That's all that matters. We got the nail out of this tire. We're probably gonna check the pressure tomorrow here before we take off. But like this piece here caught the ground, ripped out of the body. Honestly, guys, it was just a pretty damn rough road trip. I will say that. But Dorothy made it. The name is sticking because on some of those jumps she was getting air. But no, this is nice, guys. But would you guys believe it's 11:30 at night and the sun's still that high? I'm not used to this. I'm definitely not used to the daylight this long. But she definitely needs a bath, but she ain't getting one yet. She's still got a lot of kilometers to do. But you know, I thought my Ontario plate might have been far away. Can you guys read that plate? It says Brazil. That guy's all the way from Brazil. So sometimes I think I'm doing good, then other people doing much better. But you know, you just got to go off yourself. You can't base everything off of what other people are doing. This here is a big trip for me, and it's honestly getting tiring. But there was a lot of bending, twisting, heaving. We had curtain rods come unscrewed today. We had the floor twist up a bit. Honestly, guys, this was a long, hard day of driving. But we made it here. So thanks very much for watching, guys. We've been seeing some more schoolies as we get up here, that's for sure. More and more schoolies every day. There was a guy that was taking lots of photos with his. But see you guys back here tomorrow. Have yourselves a great day. Thanks very much for watching. Tomorrow we're going to continue to the end of the Alaska Highway.